Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving straight into some absolutely groundbreaking research from Dr. William Li. We're talking about exactly why your legs get weaker as you age, and more importantly, how to actually reverse it. Look, if you've ever felt your legs getting heavy going up the stairs, or if just getting out of a chair takes way more effort than it used to, I really need you to stop what you're doing and focus. Because what we're about to uncover today, it could genuinely change the way you move and live for the rest of your life. And we really need to take this seriously because the stakes here are incredibly high. A landmark study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society just revealed something huge. Adults over 65 who experience significant lower body muscle weakness face a staggering 72% higher risk of mobility disability within 5 years. 72%! That's massive! And it also comes with a really alarming increase in fall-related hospitalizations and nursing home admissions. I mean, we're talking about nearly 3 out of 4 people who could have intervened, but just simply didn't know what we now know about nutrition and the aging body.
Which brings us to a brilliant point from Dr. Li. He says, and I love this, nobody told you what to feed them. One is a sentence, the other is a solution. This muscle decline isn't just some inevitable life sentence of aging. It's actually a nutritional deficiency that we can completely solve just by eating the right things. Most doctors won't tell you this in their office, but your legs are literally starving for very specific biological building blocks.
Section 1, the aging leg myth and the biological reality. Let's kick off our countdown of 6 life-changing foods going from helpful to absolutely transformational.
But before we do, we gotta understand the biology here. Why do our muscles just seem to stop responding as we age? Well, it all comes down to a biological phenomenon called anabolic resistance. Basically, after age 65, your muscles get stubborn. They just no longer respond to protein signals the way they did back in your 20s. So, to overcome this anabolic resistance and jumpstart the process of building and repairing muscle tissue, your body needs a very specific, very powerful biological trigger.
So, coming in at number 6 on our list, we've got whole eggs. Now, I know you've probably heard all that debate about avoiding eggs for cholesterol. But for adults over 60, skipping them is a massive mistake. See, eggs are absolutely packed with leucine, which is literally the engine key that forces those stubborn, aging muscles to start protein synthesis. And whatever you do, please don't throw away the yolk. That yolk is loaded with choline and vitamin D, which act like this protective coating for your fragile muscle cell membranes. Dr. Li actually had a 74-year-old patient named Margaret. She was terrified of her own staircase and had been on a low-fat diet for a decade. Well, she started eating 3 whole eggs a day, and within exactly 8 weeks, she walked right up her stairs without even holding the railing.
Section 2, protein and inflammation fighters. Moving up the countdown to number 5, we've got to talk about the hidden enemy inside your legs.
We have to tackle this chronic inflammation that acts like a smoldering forest fire in your muscle tissue, just quietly destroying muscle fibers and nerve pathways while you're asleep. And that brings us to food number 5, wild-caught salmon. And yes, it definitely has to be wild-caught. Think of this fish as nature's water-bombing aircraft for that internal forest fire. It is absolutely loaded with EPA and DHA omega-3 fatty acids that chemically neutralize the inflammatory compounds your body naturally overproduces after 60. But get this is the shocking part. An alarming 77% of seniors are completely lacking in vitamin D, which is a deficiency directly linked to severe muscle weakness. Just 1 serving of wild salmon delivers your entire daily recommended minimum of active vitamin D3 to fix that exact gap.
Section 3, circulation and gut health. Let's dive right into food number 4, which tackles what happens when our microcirculation starts to congest.
As we age, the tiny blood vessels feeding our quadriceps and calves get all blocked up. Nutrients can't get in, waste can't get out, and our muscles fatigue incredibly fast. Number 4 on our list is spinach and dark leafy greens. These greens are absolutely packed with dietary nitrates. What happens is, your body uses these to magically bypass aging pathways and create nitric oxide, which throws those congested blood vessels wide open. They also deliver a massive dose of magnesium. Look, if your legs cramp up at night or your toes curl involuntarily, your body is literally screaming for magnesium. Dr. Li treated Robert, a 71-year-old retired postal worker who woke up every single day feeling like his legs were filled with concrete. By just adding 2 cups of sautéed spinach daily, he completely eliminated that concrete feeling in 6 weeks and started walking his old mail route again just for the fun of it.
But hey, how do you make sure your body actually absorbs all these amazing nutrients? Well, this brings us to a totally fascinating new frontier in science known as the gut-muscle axis. Research is now proving that the bacteria in your gut actually regulate how much of the food you eat can be used by your muscles.
Which perfectly tees up food number 3, plain, full-fat Greek yogurt. And I mean full-fat, not the sugary, low-fat stuff. It is an absolute anabolic powerhouse. It's an elite, highly bioavailable protein source. But even more importantly than that, it's loaded with live probiotic cultures that act like little librarians, restocking your gut's microbial library. This allows your aging body to easily access and absorb all those muscle-building amino acids like leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Pro tip, eat it within 45 minutes of a walk to really maximize that protein window.
Section 4. The ultimate muscle protectors. Now, what's really interesting is how food number 2 uses frontier science to trigger a massive vasodilatory cascade.
I know that sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it is happening right inside your blood vessels. Food number 2 is beets. Beets have these incredibly high concentrations of dietary nitrates, and when you eat them, boom, it triggers that vasodilatory cascade. This massive wave floods your legs and your brain with oxygen. In fact, studies show it improves your brain's motor control over your legs by a whopping 38%. It also provides betaine, which protects your cells' mitochondrial power generators. Just ask Elena, a 68-year-old patient of Dr. Lee's, who was told her severe leg weakness was just aging. She was walking with a cane, you guys. She started eating roasted beets 4 days a week and went from walking with a cane to gardening completely unassisted in just 12 weeks.
All right, we're finally here at our number 1 food. But first, we really have to understand the ultimate enemy it defeats, which is sarcopenia. This is the progressive, involuntary loss of muscle mass that accelerates dramatically after age 60. To combat this honestly terrifying decline, we reach the number 1 most powerful muscle protective compound researchers at Harvard Medical School have ever identified for humans over 60.
So, the number 1 food is extra virgin olive oil. And guys, this is genuinely mind-blowing. Extra virgin olive oil contains a specific compound called oleocanthal. Biologically speaking, it works identically to ibuprofen to stop the inflammatory enzymes COX-1 and COX-2. But, unlike synthetic NSAIDs that cause gastric bleeding, kidney strain, and serious cardiovascular risk for seniors, olive oil delivers this pain-relieving anti-inflammatory miracle with absolutely zero of those dangerous side effects.
So here's exactly how this liquid gold works. First off, that oleocanthal stops inflammation dead in its tracks. Second, its polyphenols act like a master switch, directly turning on the mTOR pathway in your cells to force protein synthesis even without exercise. And third, it neutralizes damage to your cellular DNA. Thomas, an 81-year-old Navy veteran who couldn't even walk 2 blocks, added 4 tablespoons of this incredible oil to his daily diet. Just 6 months later, he completed a 2-mile charity walk. The science here is just undeniable.
Section 5. Rebuilding your body today. The absolute most crucial takeaway here is that your body desperately wants to rebuild itself well into your 9th decade of life.
It is not too late. The biological machinery inside you hasn't quit at all. It's just waiting for you to hand it the right raw materials. Grab your phone and screenshot this ultimate grocery list right now. We're talking 2 to 3 gently cooked whole eggs, wild-caught salmon 2 to 3 times a week, spinach, plain full-fat Greek yogurt, roasted beets, and 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil from a dark glass bottle. These aren't just random healthy foods. They work together as a complete interlocking biological system to give you back your freedom, your stability, and your confidence.
If this explainer empowered you to advocate for your own health, I want you to take control of your journey today. Please subscribe for more amazing health videos. We are constantly breaking down the frontier science you need to live life on your own terms. So I want to leave you with one final thought. You are not meant to be a passenger in your own life. You don't just have to watch from the window. So which of these 6 transformational foods will you use today to start rebuilding your strength and moving on your own terms? The choice is entirely yours, and your best years are absolutely waiting for you to claim them. Take action today, and I'll see you in the next explainer.